Sure, some people get their fresh start through therapy. This guy got it out behind the Burger King, wearing absolutely nothing. College majors should come with weather warnings. High debt pressure, moving into the humanities. And you can trust me because I'm a meteorologist. Yeah, thanks for subscribing and being a part of @BudFordComedy. Now, when I came to Michigan, I thought I knew English. Turns out I only had the Southern expansion pack. They don't teach you that in the South. This might be the strangest story you'll ever hear. Man was found behind a Burger King, naked, bloody, with no memory. It's not journalism. That's season 1 of True Detective, isn't it? Imagine you wake up behind a Burger King. You have no memories. You don't remember anything. Starting over does sound pretty nice now, doesn't it? Given the bills we have, let's start over. I don't want to die. I don't want anything tragic. I just want to walk away completely, quietly. New city, new personality, new credit score. Lord knows I need a new credit score. Wake up one day, who am I? Well, I don't know. But you know what I do know? I must love cheeseburgers. I'm behind the Burger King. That's your identity now. You're Burger King guy. This man lived for years, without anybody knowing who he was. That's messed up as chocolate cheese. You and I both know that. All I got to do is mention dog food near my phone, and all of a sudden everybody's sending me ads, yet nobody's ever seen this man? What? How bad was technology in 2004? It must have sucked something awful. The government could not identify a naked man behind a Burger King. Today, our thermostat knows if we're sad. And now, every documentary uses the exact same formula. I need some piano music. I need drone footage. I need a detective whispering. He had secrets. The man was found naked behind Burger King. I assumed he had secrets. I'm not even smart. And amnesia? Sorry, pal. Not buying any of that. Not even a little of it. I have watched Days of Our Lives way too long to believe any of that nonsense. Somebody get Dr. Marlene Evans over here, and it won't be long for this dude will be right. I've been watching Days of Our Lives since the 70s. My mom got me into it. Yeah, I'm going to tell you this. I thought I'd be in a wheelchair a lot more than I have. My mom always goes, you can't say that. Yes, I can. On Days of Our Lives, you're in a wheelchair every couple of months. What if you want it or not? You're going to be at Salem in the hospital. You know you are. Salem's a big town, but you're going to end up in the hospital multiple times. And I figured that would plague me through my life, and it just hasn't. I've not been blind. I've not been killed and brought back. None of those things have happened to me. Wake up one day, suddenly I don't have any childhood, no memories, but I still remember karate. Again, that's not medicine. That's daytime television. I'll tell you something else, too. If I lose my memory, I'm coming back with a much cooler backstory. New government name. I can't tell you about my government work. I'm sorry. Suddenly, I'm mysterious. This dude's fake name was Benjamin Kyle. That's not even believable, bro. That sounds like a country singer selling beef jerky at the Buc-ee's. I'm not buying any of that. Imagine being at the hospital and everybody at the hospital going, sir, why were you naked out behind the Burger King? Nobody has ever answered that kind of question confidently. How can you look cool when somebody's talking to you and you're naked? You can't. Even innocent people sound guilty while they're naked. Turns out he had a family and a real history, a real name. Investigators say, well, maybe he concealed some other parts of his past. The Burger King mystery man has secrets on top of secrets? It's phenomenal detective work, because the standard folk who's just living a life, married, a plumber in Schenectady ain't waking up naked behind the Burger King unless he rocked hard the night before. And his wife doesn't know about it, but she soon will, because he was naked behind the Burger King. Have you ever thought about just disappearing friendly? Yes, you have. No more bills, no more passwords, no more meetings, no more taxes. Just one day, poof, you gone. Remember Olivia Newton-John's husband did that, just disappeared for a long time. You can do that when you got money. Every once in a while, I'm all like a fake identity. I could be a marina guy, just work by the boats. Maybe a shrimp boat guy. No emails again, no passwords, just sweating dead fish. That sounds pretty good. Maybe I'll wake up confused behind the Burger King. Sounds far less stressful than doing retail. Somebody asking me, did you try rebooting it yet? Hey, does this Keurig machine work? Imagine not remembering your childhood, though. Imagine not getting your first bicycle in 1975 or a motorcycle in 1976. Imagine all those things, right? You don't want to lose all of what made you you today. You have no idea who cared about you. That's just haunting, right? Kind of freeing, too, because most of us drag our past around, like overloaded luggage, embarrassment, regret, bad relationships, divorce, financial woes. This guy wakes up, he's like, who am I? Way less stress than me. Still, though, I don't know if I want my origin story to start naked behind a Burger King. That's just me. Because I've found in life, nothing really good ever happens out behind a Burger King. That might not be your finding. It's been mine. College is the only product where people spend 120 grand and the colleges act shocked. We're all like, we would like a return on our investment. No. So I saw this article and I thought, oh, this is cool. Which degrees actually pay off? And let me tell you, nothing will start a fight faster when you're sitting around talking to people about degrees, what pays and what doesn't in your office. Because your art history degree people, they're on the keyboard immediately talking about how much money they can make. Typing in a hurry. Highest paying degrees, here's a shocker for you. They're going to be the ones you work the hardest to get, most probably. Engineering, architecture, business. All the majors where the students look exhausted constantly, like they haven't blinked since sophomore year. The ones where most of them probably have to have therapists. Engineering classes, I'm amazed at how many people that I met that were engineers. Their class load was so heavy, and they had to have somebody to talk to. I get it. That's a lot. And you're alone because you can't talk to your friends. You're doing multi-level math, like you're on the 5th calculus, trigonometry 17. I'm struggling to get through statistics. I can't have a conversation with you about that. But the liberal art majors, they don't look all frazzled. They're all emotionally moisturized. They've had a different experience than those engineering kids. College has gotten weird now, I know, because I work around one and I can tell you what's going on with the students. Half of them are there because they want to do whatever it is they're in school to do, but the other half are there because nobody explained interest rates properly. Which is an issue when you're 18 years old and people let you sign long-term loan papers. That's problematic. We just throw around debt like carnival workers guessing your weight, and that's, again, problematic. You'll figure it out, kid, don't worry. That's not advice. That should be written on a wall somewhere. That's one of those success, climb higher, those stupid posters we had in all of our offices in the 90s. Because at 18 years old, I thought gas station sunglasses were a financial investment. When I get a little older, I can make better decisions. But no, you let me approve debt larger than a bass boat at 18. And every college brochure, boy, I tell you, I'm looking at a lot of their websites because I do some marketing around trying to figure and learn things about the business model. All of their websites, all the brochures, every bit of it, show all the students happy, smiling, backpacks, under trees, eating lunch with their friends. Nobody's advertising reality. Because one dude over here is eating ramen noodles for the 3rd time this week and Googling, what jobs exist for philosophy majors? In colleges, well, they're big on saying, follow your passion. Sounds beautiful. One day, Sally Mae follows you too. And see, that's painful because now they want the money. Nobody warns students that eventually those student loans start texting you. Hey, it's 2 a.m. You awake? College itself is not the problem. College is incredible. It's one of the few places where society gathers thousands of exhausted young kids looking for a future and says, good luck finding parking. That's higher education. The older I get, the funnier these college majors become. Keep in mind, I'm in a master's class right now, so I'm bagging on the very thing that I'm doing. I'm kicking the institution that I'm involved in. I understand I'm in a glass house and I'm chunking stones. Yeah. Every major sounds confident at the very beginning, right? You're at orientation. I got a friend of mine that did this. Welcome to international business. You've got a great future. Got himself a degree. That was 5 years ago. 5 years ago. Still at the same job. That job ended. I don't know what somebody with an international business degree does. I'll tell you something else. He doesn't either. Colleges keep spinning out things that sound fake too. Sports communications, adventure recreation, digital storytelling. That's their new one. Guys, please, that sounds like unemployment with homework. And I know if you have one of these degrees or you're working your way through one, you're all mad. You're like, every degree matters. Every degree matters. It does. I totally agree. We need educated people. Stupid people get in the way. I'm just saying, some degrees sound riskier financially than others. Engineering students graduate. There's a bus from a company standing outside talking about, get in, loser, you're building bridges now. Here's 250 grand a year. At the same time, if you are a theater major, well, you're going to come out of college like an escaped Renaissance fair worker. You'll be talented, passionate, terrified, probably not terribly clean, not capable really of making any money, but that's okay. The class that no one teaches in college, I took one in high school called business math, which sounds dumb, but they taught me things that mattered. They taught me how to write a check. They taught me what interest rates mean and how that impacts my life. They taught me how to balance my own money. We should have a class in college called How Money Works. We'll teach students weird things like, oh, I don't know, taxes. We'll try to understand them together. We'll teach them about interest, budget, credit cards. Colleges will gladly teach you about 17th century poetry analysis. It's what they excel at. Meanwhile, your roommate, yeah, he just bought a jet ski at 24% APR. He's happy about it, though. He likes it. It's blue. That's messed up. College isn't about money. That's what people say. Really? That sentence in the financial aid office makes you feel like an idiot. If it's not about money, why are they charging the insane numbers they're charging? My degree was 60 grand. You're not getting a degree for that right now unless you're doing most of the work while you're in high school, which is a very smart way to do it. We didn't really have that option when I came along. The high schools were in trailers. So times have changed, but that's a great way to do it. But if you pay for a full 4-year ride right now, you're not getting out in 60. It's going to be a considerable amount more than that, most likely. Maybe not considerable, but it'll be more. When you get to the bigger schools, if you're going to go live at a university, that number is somewhere around 146 now. Think about that. Living off campus 4 years with all of those bills, about 140 or so is what it's coming out of your pocket. Obviously, it depends on the size of the university and a bunch of other things. Still, it's a lot of money. I'm not saying college is bad. College is hope. It's possibility. It's belief that your future can improve, and that matters. If you don't have hope, you don't have anything. Some of the best moments of your entire life are going to happen during those college years, and it don't matter if you do them during the normal college years or if you wait till later in life to do it. It's okay. You'll still have some moments that you'll never forget. You'll meet people. You'll figure yourself out. You'll learn that college, maybe it's not about everything that's being put in front of you that you have to learn. Maybe it's about learning how to get through things that you originally thought were bigger than you. They're not wanting you to remember everything they teach you in college. You know that, right? What you're doing is being exposed to more things, and the world's getting bigger for you. And the great thing about college is, and I tell people this in my master's program all the time, I'm not going to remember all of this garbage. I'm not. When I need to design a curriculum, I'm going to remember how to go back and get all that information. And I'll know where to find it. That's what college does for me. But I think somewhere along the way, we convince teenagers that every degree costs the same and it pays the same, and that's not really how math, the economy, or anything else in life works. I think students deserve some honesty. If your dream job comes with massive loans and pays $34,000 annually, Somebody should probably tell you that before orientation. Not 6 years later when you're crying on the LinkedIn, wondering where you're going to get a job. Because every degree does have value. They all matter. But financially, some majors are investments and others are beautiful hobbies wrapped around parking problems. That's just real life. It turns out engineering degrees are not the hardest thing in America. Pronouncing marathon names live in Michigan is. Yes, nobody prepares you for this in broadcast school. They don't. Not meteorology classes, not communications classes, not one class called Good Luck in Michigan. That's a mistake. I moved from South Carolina to Michigan, and I realized that half the state's names look like somebody dropped a bunch of Scrabble tiles down a staircase. They got letters every which direction. They hired me to MC this marathon. It was a huge crowd, fundraiser, big money, big energy. Starting with the official announcements, I'm firing the gun. It is a big deal. The names start arriving, and I'm getting by okay. I'm looking at the registration list, and it looks sort of like Cold War documents I'm trying to decode. I don't know what these words or letters mean, because in the South, we have Smith, Johnson, Williams, and occasional Washington. That's the long one. Strong, dependable names that you can say drunk while eating potato salad. That's the way we do it down south. Not Michigan. No. Michigan names sound like a Wi-Fi password that expired right in the middle of the pronunciation. I'm sweating like Fat Elvis. I'm dropping names where silent J's show up and they add extra consonants. I don't understand why Eastern Europe was just freestyling with spelling. Everybody from Michigan acts shocked when you struggle on their name. I'm sorry. Your last name looks like a cholesterol medication. I can't help that. And nobody is going to teach you how dangerous confidence can become when you're mispronouncing names publicly. Let me just tell you, I have lived it. Eventually, you stop sounding like you're careful, and that becomes another issue. You start attacking syllables aggressively. And congratulations to Cowabunga, great job to you, buddy. Let's get you that medal. Come on. The audience is nervous by now, too. AI has the same problem. If you didn't read this article, it is hilarity in a bucket because the AI just quits in the middle of the graduation. I know. Been there. I get it, AI. Me and you finally align on something. Probably for the first and last time. Like I said, the audience starts feeling nervous, and in my experience, everybody in the crowd already knows the correct pronunciation. Every single person out there. You know what you don't need? 4,000 runners correcting you simultaneously. It's a rough feeling. The crowd became Duolingo instantly. And marathon people are weirdly healthy too, so it just made the whole day worse. I'm being corrected by people with 3% body fat and emotional discipline. I'm sweating through a polo shirt trying to pronounce words correctly. Vowels everywhere, consonants that don't belong. Every name got more difficult than the last name. Random letters, here's a silent J, a silent Z. We don't use Z for anything. And then an extra W in the middle. What is happening? This is not language. This is decorative alphabet. And parents don't realize that they're setting kids up with this forever. Because eventually, your child will become an accountant somewhere. And all they're going to do for fun is watch waitresses panic visibly. Table for Jawaka. That's me. The audience, though, at some point just started laughing. They loved it. Because it became live failure, comedic, of course, and embarrassing for me. But not them. Live broadcasting will teach you a lot. The harder you work to fight embarrassment, the worse it gets. I learned a long time ago, just eat it. I fully committed. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Greg Skillybop. Come on in, Greg. Hell yeah. People are clapping and whatnot. We're all having fun. And marathon events, I'll just tell you, they feel emotionally unstable anyway. Nobody should be running around for 26 miles. That's nuts. It's stupid behavior. Every marathon, they do the fun run, then they move up to the 10K, the 5K comes in the middle. Normal people can do a 5K. We can go 3.5 miles jogging cute. 10K, well, that's another story. 26 miles? 6 hours later, I started all smiley and confident. I get done like I escaped a flood. I'm standing here mispronouncing names, exhausted runners collapsing everywhere I look around, and the experience taught me something very important. There are 2 jobs you should never judge publicly: teaching and people who pronounce names live for a living, because nobody understands the pressure. You get one shot, get one syllable wrong, and suddenly an entire family hates you forever. But I appreciate those Michigan folks. They were real kind about it and super nice. Southern folks, we ain't like that. We will let you drown in your misery. Michigan crowds helped me because they were kind. That made it worse, though. Because pity is louder than booing. The end of the event, audience and I developed this sort of support group connection, right? We were solving names together, which may have been the most connected I've ever been to an audience. Nothing bonds a crowd like watching a hillbilly broadcaster fight for his life trying to learn Polish names on the fly. It was embarrassing. Thank you for your subscription to @BudFordComedy, and thank you for your time today. Have a great day.